Hey guys, it's time for another fun tutorial. This is actually a third toque using the same stitch. The toque has a different crown compared to the first one, which did not have any shaping. You only need one skein of worsted weight yarn or any other weight yarn that you might have. The important thing is your starting chain. That will determine how long your toque is going to be. Are you ready? Let's have fun. The materials we need for our hat. I'm using the wool ease. It is a worsted weight yarn or yarn number 4. It has 180 meters or 194 yards in total. I'm using this nice, it's called amber. It's a very nice color. We're gonna use a 5.5 millimeter hook, pair of scissors, stitch marker, and yarn needle. Let's start with a slip knot. And we are going to chain 48. Oh, okay. I got 48. And then we are going to make a single crochet stitch on the second chain from the hook. Single crochet stitch. And I'm going to do this until there are 10 chains left. Okay. Alright, so I got 10 chains left. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So on the last 10 chains, instead of making a single crochet, we are making a slip stitch. Okay, I have my 10 slip stitches. I'm gonna chain 1 and then we turn our work. Moving on to row 2, we are working in the back loop. In the next 10 stitches we are making a slip stitch in the back loop. So you look at the V, the one furthest to you. So this is the second slip stitch. Three, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one. From here until the end of the row is single crochet in the back loop. We still look at the V, so we insert the hook at the furthest, on the furthest loop from you. Oh. Okay, from here on it's single crochet on the back loop. You look at your V, the one furthest from you, that's where you insert the hook, and you make a single crochet. You do this until there's only one stitch left. On that one, you insert the hook on both loops. We are left with the last stitch. So on this one, you insert the hook on both loops. Okay, the reason why I do this is it doesn't create a big gap than if I were to do it or put the hook on the back loop. Okay, you're gonna chain 1 and turn, and then again on the first stitch you insert the hook on both loops. So you insert the hook through the V on top, and then from here on you are inserting the hook on the back loop, and you are making a single crochet stitch, and you are doing this until you reach 10 stitches. That's where you make slip stitches until the end of the row. Then you just repeat this row until the head can comfortably wrap around your head, because we are doing this as like a dome. We are going to work it flat and then seam it to make it into a cylinder. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from here I am making a slip stitch, still inserting the hook on the back loop. when you do your slip stitches, make sure you make them loose, because the stitches snag a lot, so sometimes it gets very tight, and then it becomes hard to insert your hook. So make your slip stitches as loose as possible. And this is my 10th. Gonna chain 1 and repeat. So I'm working on this until I have a wide enough hat to wrap around my head. You do that on your end, then we will meet to seam it all together. I am almost done with the hat. Look at how stretchy it is. Now it seems small, but the stitch is so stretchy that it's nice knowing that it will just fit snugly on your head. Let's just work 1 row together, chain 1 and 10, a normal single crochet on the first stitch, meaning you insert the hook on both loops, and then from there on you are inserting the hook in the back loop. And we are reaching the end of the pattern. I think I need 2 more rows after this one. And the tip to make this work is you need to end your last stitch on this side, so you can seam from the bottom all the way up, because you have to cinch the top of the hat close. And this is my last single crochet in the back loop. The rest of these are just slip stitches, and we need to have 10 of these. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. The stitch marker is the best thing to use. You just put it here, then you know where you're gonna start. But the more you make the stitch, then you can tell where it ends and where it begins. Slip stitch, slip stitch, the last few until the end of the row. Make them as loose as possible, so it's easier to insert the hook when you come back down again. I'm gonna fasten off, and that's 1 row done. And there we have it. 1, it's very stretchy, 10. And then repeat. The next 10 stitches are slip stitches. And I'm just gonna measure and see how wide it is when it's flat in half. So it's 9.5 inches, which is a perfect size for me. And this is my 10th. From here on, single crochet in the back loop. Let's work the last few stitches together. And I'm gonna fasten off. And there we have it. It's very stretchy. I'm just gonna measure and see how wide it is when it's flat in half. So it's 9.5 inches, which is a perfect size for me. It is now time to seam our hat. I have a tapestry needle here. I'm gonna use the tail to seam our hat together. So I have the hat folded in half with the seams facing each other. Okay, so I'm gonna insert my needle on the very first stitch and then weave through this one on the other end as well. And I'm gonna go through, so all of these, we should have the same number of stitches on either side. It's very easy. Now all I need to do is just to align the stitches and seam my hat together. And I'm just going to tighten it up and continue all the way up. Seam through your head. We will meet right at the top here so we can cinch the top of our head. Okay, let's do the last top stitches together. Okay, I'm gonna insert my needle here and insert my needle on the last stitch. Okay, now we are going to close the top here. You can go either way. You can go around the other way or counterclockwise. I finished mine here, so I'm just gonna go the other way around, and I'm going to skip the first one and insert my needle on the next stitch. I'm going to skip this one and insert my needle on the next row, skip this one. The reason I'm skipping is because once you cinch the top, it just becomes too bunched up that it wouldn't completely close. So leaving spaces in between will help with that. And I'm just doing it right at the top of the stitch. I'm skipping this one and inserting the hook here, skipping this one, inserting the hook, skip, sorry, not the hook, the needle. And I just do it right on the V that the first stitch creates. I've come to the beginning of this round, and I'm going to tighten it up, and this is how it looks. And then from here I'm just gonna make some crisscross stitches with the needle. So this is one end of the top, and then I'm going to put the needle through on one end to the other side. Okay, and then right next to it, it's like I'm making a cross, and then from here, so one end of the top, and have my needle through on the other side. So I'm just trying to make crisscrosses on top. Okay, and I'm just gonna weave in through the rows on top, just to have a long tail. It just blends in. And when you are satisfied that it won't open, you cut the yarn and you have yourself a new hat. And this is the top. Oh, this is one side, so I can see this. So I still have a lot more of closing to do with my crisscrosses. Okay, so you can turn your hat inside out just to make sure that it is completely closed. I'm just going to put my needle through right on the top and take it out through here. Okay, it looks closed now. And you can add a pom-pom or enjoy the hat as is. Okay, and this was the beginning of the top, sorry, the hat. So I'm just gonna double knot it just to secure the top for me. Let's see the other side. Yeah, it's all closed now. And then I'm just gonna cut the yarn and we are done. I hope you enjoyed making this. It's very simple. We have different versions of this. I have one with a rubber band on top for your braids, and the other one which is just a rectangle for a complete beginner. This one is nice because it has a little bit of a shaping like a crown on top. And I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see each other on the next tutorial.